Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have Fans Toys FT-31D Smokey. Although I've been collecting Transformers ever since they came out, I've never reviewed an actual Transformer toy on my channel yet. This would be my very first. Full disclosure, I'm not really good at transforming these things. As a kid, I purchased a whole lot of Transformers. Well, my parents purchased them for me, really. And I was so used to having the 3 steps or 5 steps or even like 10 steps. So yeah, these new Transformers, they're a little bit challenging for me, being an old school Transformer fan. So when it comes to the transformation part, I'm just gonna speed it up and not really do any commentary. So if you're looking for a video to, like a tutorial video to transform Smokey himself, you can kind of watch what I'm doing, but I don't suggest it just because, like I said, I'm not really that good. Anywho, that being said, let's get on with this review. So first off, this is the 4th of the Stunticons series that Fans Toys has released. That's why he's FT-31D. Looking at the front of the box, I like how Fans Toys have this this artwork on the front. It looks really great. It kind of reminds you of the old school Transformers, the Generation 1 Transformers that have the awesome art on the front. And yeah, it's awesome. It doesn't have any product shots on the front itself, but you'll see it on the back. Both sides of the box are the same. You have just a Smokey and the usual Fans Toys kind of packaging style as well. And on the back of the box, you do have some product shots, him alongside his brothers and team, and also shows him both in robot and car mode. Has a little bit more information, so I'll kind of zoom in here just so you can give it a read if you want, and also pause the video if you do want to read it. I like how most of the Fans Toys boxes are consistent. They pretty much look the same, kind of like to have the box being all black and the kind of white border around it. It's kind of cool. Let's take a look at some of his accessories. Alright, so first off, he comes with 2 of these rifles. They are painted all in purple. Nice job on the painting. Nothing much to them, pretty good sculpting. They have a nice plastic feel. Not too heavy, but it's also not cheap plastic. Feels really good. Then you have this face sculpt. They did a really great job on this face sculpt. It's an extra one for his face. So basically this is a smirking one. Would have been nice if they did some breakup with the actual face and his mouth or teeth. That way it doesn't just look all solid, but it's alright. Also nice red paint for the visor. Taking a look at Smokey himself, looks pretty good. Whoops, before I go on, there's something that I noticed when I was editing this video, and it's an error that, you know, it happens. You know, sometimes when I make videos I make a mistake or kind of notice something that I didn't do, and this is one of those cases. There's a couple of parts on his head that he's got flaps that are tucked in, so when you first take him out of the box you're supposed to pull them out. They're actually his, I don't know what they're called, their ears. They're kind of on the side of his head. You just stick your fingernails underneath those and kind of pull them out. So yeah, if you notice in this video that he doesn't have those pulled out, that's why. I didn't notice until way later. So definitely I apologize.
Assume the position!
And that being said, let's get back to the review. He feels really good in hand. He's really heavy, like a whole lot of Fans Toys, just because there's a lot of die-cast parts in here. And I know a lot of collectors do enjoy the die-cast parts, myself included. It really gives you kind of a weighty feel, and you know it's high quality if they're installing some of these die-cast in it. Really great paint. Not all of them is painted. It looks like his thighs are not painted, for example, and obviously his hands, but everything else looks like it may have been painted. Still a pretty good color. Nice bright yellow, which is what Dragstrip, the Decepticon, actually does look like. It's like a bright yellow color. I do enjoy the Fans Toys style where they kind of try to make their robots look a little bit more like a streamlined cartoon version of the characters. So it kind of doesn't look like a vehicle until you transform it, and then all of a sudden, wow, he's a vehicle. So great job by Fans Toys. Let's take a closer look at him. Alright, so first off, looking at his head, nice purple paint there. It's kind of a shiny paint. Alongside that shiny red visor. Did a great job on there. Great job painting the face. And you can turn it back and forth. And sort of up. Not really down. Nice orange paint on there as well. And you have that silver engine part in the middle. And like I said, there's nice yellow paint. There's a red stripe there as well on the side. Back looks kind of plain. Unfortunately, you could kind of see the screws in there, but you know, what are you gonna do? Nice rubber wheels. They obviously turn, which is kind of good. And you can pull his arm up. And then you could pull it all the way. No, it doesn't go 360, but you can go back that far. It's not too bad. Right angle on the elbow. And yeah, let's see here. There is, oh, it can twist. It's very tight though. And he has articulated fingers. He's got one joint in each. And then the thumb. Well, and you can, it is on a ball joint. And one thing I missed is you can actually twist it. Alright, let's look at some more of the body here. He's got a waist twist. He's got no ab crunch though. But pretty good twist on the waist. His legs can you can pull them out that far. He does have the kind of skirt things that you can pull up, so it can go even farther, just like so. And his knee, let's see here. You can go a right angle on his knee, and you can pull him out just like so. Put that back. And he could, oh, he does have a rocker this way. No rocker the other way though. And he can point his toe, obviously. Wheel does spin. One thing I should mention, when you take him out of the box, there are these two parts just in front of his knees on his legs that it's kind of flaps that go up, and they're supposed to tab them in. And I didn't notice this until later, because I just had them up and they're kind of flapping, but there's a part in there that prevents them from flapping. So definitely, if you purchase or have this figure, have a look at this and make sure it's actually attached. Alright, seems like another great entry by Fans Toys. Haven't transformed them yet, we'll do that in a bit, but so far so good. Alright, so installing his gun, there's a little hole in his hand, you just insert it in. And then you're able to take the thumb and close it in there. It's sometimes easier if you actually have the thumb out and you just insert the gun in. Or you can have it held with the thumb back. As long as it's in that little port there, it should stay. But otherwise, pretty simple. And like I said, he's got two of these, so you can put one in each hand. Let's install this extra faceplate. So what you do is you pull this purple part off of the head. Now, if you can't get in there, you might need to use a little tool or something, just because it is really tight in there. I usually use a little letter opener or a knife or something. Just being very careful you don't scratch anything. You just push it up just like that. And it just pops off. And then what you do is you have to get the face off the same way. Again, use a little tool if you can't get it off with your fingers. Just reinstall the new face in there. This is a smirking face. Take the little top head part and you just reinstall it. Just like so, very simple. Size comparison here is Dragstrip or Smokey alongside a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar can. It's about a little bit less than 2 cans tall. And here is Smokey alongside his Stunticon brothers. So you've got Magnum, Spoiler, and then you have Road King in the back. Looks pretty good altogether. I'm just waiting for that dead end one. And then we can combine them into Menasor. But yeah, so far so good. These guys look awesome. I'll have to put them all in my display of Transformers pretty soon. Just waiting for the very last one. I also have to make a little bit more room on my shelves, as it's kind of full right now. Here he is with Masterpiece Prowl. Prowl, by the way, was my very first Transformer, well, a G1 version of him. When I picked him up upon release when I was a child. I'm actually dating myself here, but yeah. Now as a child, I've always imagined the Combiner Decepticons or Autobots being smaller than what these are. Now this Dragstrip is a little bit taller than, let's say, a Autobot car. And I've always imagined him to be shorter. But I guess in terms of scale, it's your preference. Definitely with this scale, when they actually combine into Menasor, they're going to be really huge. So it doesn't bother me that much that he's taller than the Carbot. And without further ado, let's go into the transformation. Like I said, I'm not going to really do any commentary, and the video is going to be a little bit sped up. So if you want to have a look at how it's being transformed, definitely do so. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't copy what I'm doing, just because, you know, I'm a competent transformer. But yeah. Anyways, let's go. Alright, here it is. So this is his car mode. Looks pretty good. I do like the shape of this car, and although it is all yellow with the red stripes, it still looks really great. Rolls really good. All of the wheels are turning, which is a good thing. Did have a little bit of problems trying to get him snapped together at the end, but otherwise that transformation wasn't that bad. He does clean up really good, and he does really look like a Fans Toys product. He's just all nice and sleek. Let's do some comparisons. And here he is with Corden. Looks pretty good. I kind of imagined a racing car being a little bit smaller, but again, that's just me imagining. I don't really know the actual size of these. One of the most important accessories I forgot to mention was this little man that you can install. He's got a little racing guy who looks like he's kind of hugging a wheel instead of like driving. But anyways, you just install him by just pushing him in there. Alright. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That's pretty good. It makes it look more of like a toy. But, you know, it is a toy. Yeah, look at him hug that steering wheel. It's pretty funny. I like how his colors kind of match Dragstrip or Smokey. And you can actually install his purple guns. Just right here, you just kind of take the tab. It tabs in the bottom there, and then it tabs into the side. Right, once you get one done, you can proceed to the other one if you want. Obviously, if you want 2 guns installed, you can only have one if you prefer. I think he's way better looking with 2. Anyways, here he is. Looks really good. I usually don't like guns installed onto the car modes, but this one doesn't look that bad. I do have to note, after I completed this video, I did snap off a part. Unfortunately, well, I didn't snap it off, it just kind of fell off for some reason. When I was transforming him back into a robot mode, the steering wheel in the middle kind of just fell off for whatever reason. I don't know why, but anyways, just be very careful. Let's do some final thoughts on this toy. So I'm a huge fan of Fans Toys. They always do great work. Well, you know, at least pretty close to great for most of the time. There are a couple of exceptions, but usually they're really good with their figures. They do a good job having the actual bot modes look like the cartoon versions, the G1 cartoon versions, and this is no exception. He looks great. I love the way Smokey looks here. I wasn't a huge fan of Dragstrip. He was always my least favorite Stunticon, but I am definitely a fan of Smokey. I love the way this looks on the shelf. He does give a definite awesome presence, especially with his colors. His yellow color is nice and bright. Did a really good job with all the parts. I didn't have a whole lot of trouble doing the transformation. Usually, like I said, I'm not really good at these, but this one wasn't even that bad. It was difficult, but easy enough that it wasn't giving me any grief. There was some parts that were really tight, like the wheels on the bottom of the feet. When you had to move them around, they were super tight. But eventually, you know, if you work them, you work at them, then they start moving around. So transformation wasn't even that bad. The car mode looks great. It's awesome that you can get this figure that looks great in a robot mode, and then when you transform him, he looks great in a car mode. I love that. Believe it or not, he may be my favorite out of all of the Stunticons that they have released. I do like Road King, but this one gave me the least amount of grief, so this one might be my front runner. We'll see how Dead End is when he comes out. Accessories are really good. He's got another faceplate with a smirking face, which I appreciate. I definitely appreciate the little man that they gave us, and also the 2 weapons, the purple ones. Hey, they're one color, but so were the G1 toy guns as well. They're usually one color, so definitely that gets a pass for me. What do you guys think of this figure? Do you like the transformation? Do you like the way he looks? Is he your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Now, do I recommend this figure? I definitely do, but that all depends on you. Now, a lot of times when you purchase any one of these combiner toys for any line, you know you have to commit to getting the other ones. I mean, there's a couple of exceptions. Maybe you're a big fan of Air Raid, but you don't like any other aerial bots. Hey, that's fine, but that's not usually the case. Most of the time, you're just getting the combiner to combine them into the Gestalt, or the Super Robot, or the Combiner Robot. So let's say if you're picking up Smokey and he's the very first one that you're picking up. He's actually the fourth one that's been released, like I said. But anyways, if you are, you have to commit into getting the other ones. And now that all depends on how much money you are willing to spend on these. I do recommend them if you are willing to spend the amount for all of them, just because of the quality, the transformation, the way he looks in both the car and robot mode, the paintwork, everything is great about him. There are a couple of things that, you know, there's some tight joints and whatnot that are kind of annoying, but they're not even that bad. But anyways, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, this is my very first Transformer review. Hopefully I'll have a few more on this channel, and definitely subscribe to my channel, give a like to this video, ring the bell for notifications. I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.